Okay, Anthony Joshua brings in and adds a new coach to his team in his comeback fight against Andy Ruiz. It is said that the trainer that's going to be added to Anthony Joshua's team is Angel Fernandez. Don't really know much about Angel Fernandez, and as far as his training accolades go, but nonetheless, it's good to see that Anthony Joshua is seeking more help and somebody who can be more versatile in helping him become a two-time unified champion. Now, they said that Angel Fernandez will help Anthony Joshua formulate his plan in Saudi Arabia to beat Andy Ruiz. So one thing that you must notice, that the game plan this time around will actually not be coming from Rob McCracken. The game plan will be coming from Angel Fernandez. And I think that's good. I think there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, this is a business. I always said that Anthony Joshua's loyalty will get him in trouble if he can't differentiate between friendship and business. I've also stated before, I understand why he's loyal to Rob McCracken, because Rob McCracken is just more than a trainer to him. It's somebody that he trusts. It's somebody that he knows genuinely cares about him beyond just a paycheck. And that is important, and it's good to have those people like that in your team. But Anthony Joshua has always been seeking better training. For when he reached out to Freddie Roach, and he reached out to, I forget the other trainer's name, but Anthony Joshua has made several attempts to bring on some new trainers to his camp. But I guess having the appearance of being unloyal to Rob McCracken, he backed off it. But now it's at the point where, it's down to the wire and you're going to have to add somebody on. This is not a time for anybody to be caught in their feelings, anybody in the team, and that includes Rob McCracken. So I think it's good that he's adding something else, because this is the only thing that had me leaning towards Andy Ruiz in the rematch. I lean towards Andy Ruiz simply because, not because I don't believe in Anthony Joshua. And a lot of people were saying that, you turning your back on Anthony Joshua. I said, no, I have common sense and I have a brain, and I can differentiate my emotions from my common sense. And my common sense tells me, even though he may be mentally back to where he needs to be, I know that Rob McCracken does not have the skill set, at least from what I've seen, to have him, come over the hump of beating Andy Ruiz. I've already said it before. Anthony Joshua has a few glaring weaknesses to me. And besides, just his cardio and stuff like that, and many people question his chin, but I don't really question Anthony Joshua's chin that much. Other than the fact that Anthony Joshua cannot take flurries, his punch output is not enough to hang with Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is going to do nothing more than triple up on his punches, just like he done before. And just like you've seen in the fight with Dillian Whyte, and just like you've seen in the fight with Andy Ruiz, once you engage with Anthony Joshua, and he could be getting off on you, if you choose to exchange with Anthony Joshua at the same time he's exchanging with you, and you happen to clip Anthony Joshua, he freezes. And it's the same thing that happened with Dillian Whyte. He was getting the best of Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte just chose to bite down on his guard and just keep throwing. And then he touched Anthony Joshua on his chin and he wobbled him, And it's the same thing with Andy Ruiz. He could be in the middle of exchanging with a person and getting the best of that exchange. But if that person chooses to stay there and stand in the middle with Anthony Joshua and continue to throw, and they actually connect with Anthony Joshua, he will freeze. That's something that he has to work on. That's why when he said a lucky punch from the gods, there's no such thing as that. But as we know, Anthony Joshua has made a lot of excuses and tried to cover up many things, like not being in the best mental space. But at the same time, he says that he's okay and he was perfectly fine. And if anything, he was too relaxed. Well, that's a contradiction from the fact that you actually hired a mental coach to deal with the mental pressure. You don't hire a mental coach if everything is just fine. Everybody knows he stepped out of the back room looking very stressed, on top of, him sparring, coming out into the fight. Anthony Joshua was just flat out not prepared. Could have been the money, could have been living too good. For the most part, I thought that, he was still staying at his old digs and, staying humble and all that other stuff. But I guess it's hard to do when the world loves you. You know what I'm saying? You're making hand over fist when it comes to money. Anthony Joshua gets the highest percentage split than any boxer in boxing. So he's living good, he's eating good, and everybody loves him. So at that point in time, going around seeing the world, whether he's caught up with, I don't think Anthony Joshua has any alcohol habits or any drug habits. Women is a big issue. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women love him. A lot of people consider him somewhat of a sex symbol and whatnot. So there's no telling Anthony Joshua's weakness lie. But it is a good sign that he added on a new trainer to his camp. I just wish he would have added on a trainer a long time ago, much more earlier than right now. But we'll see, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm gonna leave the link to this. Story in the description box. You can go ahead and read it and check it out for yourself. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Vane, I'm out.